Does your soul feel shattered? We're going to hear about advanced souls, reciprocation with our guides, and our soulmates. Plus, we'll talk about shattered souls and origins of extraterrestrials. Welcome to the New Spirit Radio Show by the Society of Novus Spiritus, founded by world-renowned spiritual teacher Sylvia Browne. I'm agreeing. I hope you agree. Today's, November 12th. Duh, I didn't fix that. It is November 12th. Coming to you live from California, both NorCal and SoCal, are your hosts, Reverend Tom Bigley and Reverend Catherine Taylor, playing audio segments we call Messages from Spirit. Why? Helping you answer the fundamental question. What are we here for?
These segments are recorded trance sessions from Francine, Sylvia's spirit guide. So for new people, Sylvia was a full trance medium, which means Sylvia contracted to let her and Francine's essences exchange places in Sylvia's body. And we think of our bodies being similar to a car. One driver gets out and another driver gets in. And this allowed Francine to share spiritual knowledge with us directly from the other side.
On occasion, another master teacher and healer, a guide named Rahim, would exchange with Sylvia and present us with spiritual information as well. Francine and Rahim shared directly from sources like the Akashic Records, Mother and Father God, our spirit guides, Christ, and many others.
And meanwhile, during trance, Sylvia would sit on a nice bench in a rose garden on the other side.
And here are our hosts, Reverend Catherine Taylor. You're over there. Reverend Catherine Taylor and Reverend Tom Bigley.
Hi, how are you?
We are here. We made it. That's, we made it. So I trust all of you are in line with that. Well, anyway, we're here. Welcome, amazing. New listeners and especially new subscribers and followers. Appreciate your finding us and curious, how did you find out about us? That would be fun to read and share in the comments. For those of you that are new, would like to go over our outline so you have an idea. Hey, why do we spend so much time here? What are the helpful things that we are providing here? First, we go through some announcements, then our favorite segment we call How Did You Use Novus Spiritus Philosophy? We get to share with each other the fun tools. How do these tools help us over the last week? If you're familiar with it, now's a fun time to start posting in the comments. That's followed by special prayers and a moment of silence. Then we get into the trance segments. Wow, what was that? An old extraterrestrial went by, or no? Okay. Only thought was a black thing go by. Catification. Yeah. Then we get into trance segments. That's followed by a meditation by Sylvia. Then I'll get into some closing notes, encouraging you to like and subscribe. Then, wait for it, there'll be the novena, our special prayer ceremony that everybody's welcome to participate in. That's followed by encouragement of appreciation, and we conclude with a prayer by Sylvia. A reminder, if you'd like to get your comments posted on video on the little marquee on the bottom, at the end when you hear Sylvia's prayer, tell us what you thought. What did you learn? So we can share, you can share. That way we get reciprocation, plus viewers get to see who the heck was on here and what was important to them. Let's see. Oh, we're supposed to, well, I prepared for it anyway. Light a candle. If you're in a place that's appropriate for having a, wow, what was that?
He had to go to the vet today and he's really unhappy at the moment. Trying to settle himself down, so.
If you're in an appropriate place for having candles lit, by all means, light a candle. Otherwise, the fun flickering little lights are a fun gesture as well. Some quick announcements. Again, welcome to all the new subscribers and followers, as well as new people just watching, wondering what the heck we're providing. I'm not sure if you want to help others benefit from this content, but you can help pay it forward and promote this content. How? On Facebook, you can share, like, and follow. And on YouTube, you can subscribe, give a thumbs up, and click the bell. Click on the bell. That way you get notified when why we haven't started at 6 o'clock. You'll hear us starting at 6:04 or 6:05. Also, you can donate. You can use a credit card, Venmo, or PayPal. We also take Zelle, the money transfer service that's supported by the major banks. If you're using Zelle, you can send funds, or when you're purchasing something or making a donation, you can send it to office@novus.org. Let's see. Oh, I might as well announce it now. I think like in 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to get to hear Francine predict something. I was listening and editing. I go, wait a minute, that was a prediction. She predicted a major event that took place a while ago, and so I'm encouraging you to listen for that here in the next couple of weeks. Also, I don't know if you need a financial advisor for spiritual wealth, but like a financial advisor helps plan for your future, Chris Dufresne helps you plan for your soul's future. So don't miss out on Chris question specials with email notifications. How? Go to his website, chrisrightnow.com. Put your email in there and you should be able to get notified of specials or book a reading. Also, Facebook users. Facebook will be deleting, for those of you that are new on Facebook, Facebook deletes these videos after 30 days, so catch up on them. Otherwise, you got to find another venue like YouTube to look at the past. Oh, Facebook users, new Facebook users, be seen on our chat by clicking and accepting the permissions. The link is in the description. What is it? Oh, talkstudio.streamlabs.com/Facebook. And fortunately, it appears to be needed like once. Once you've accepted the permissions, it goes forward, and we get to see who the heck are you guys? Who's on Facebook? Which helps you as well when we like to post fun comments, share comments. Now's our fun segment we call How Did You Use Novus Spiritus Philosophy Last Week? I always like to offer Kat to go first, and she gets to choose whether we do Rochambeau, rock, scissors, paper, or she just says, you go, or I'll go.
I would love to hear what you used of Novus philosophy recently.
Well, what I used, I haven't done that homework. I was making sure we had a show going tonight. So unfortunately at this time, I might, when you crop up with what people talk about, I might, but at this moment I don't, unfortunately.
Marvelous. So while we are reflecting here for a moment, if anyone listening wants to add whatever testimonials or prayer requests or what you used actively of Novus philosophy over the last week, that now is the time to put it in the comment sections, and look forward to reading whatever you feel like sharing. For myself, what did I use? I was thinking about recently about some, it fits in perfectly with something we're going to hear about tonight. We're going to hear about the soul reacting to like shattering events, like really, really difficult events, and about we hear some about the aura and whatnot. So I did something recently that I used to feel they used to do a while ago before I moved, but you know how moving is, like it takes a while to kind of reestablish all your perfect routines and yes, every little detail. So I took a Tibetan bell that I have, and I've got one of them. So here's one of them. But I took my bigger bell into the bathroom, and I left it there, and now I'm getting back into the habit of a routine that Francine and Raheem have suggested to us to take advantage of the humidity
Mm-hmm.
of like after after bathing and whatnot. And so I had developed a just kind of like just a personal little routine of hitting the bell 3 times and just asking Divine Mother, asking Asna to completely cement my aura, and just feeling the alignment of the chakras reacting to the metal sound
Mm-hmm.
of that vibration. And it feels so lovely to get back into that routine again. And so I'm trying to ease back into. Raheem's made a comment once that, it was very, very real, very, very straight to the point, that the way that Raheem is. But he made a comment once that really affected me. That was that people who don't show up to church but are still good people, he views as not having like a good management of self.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a very non-judgmental way to put that. And so I've been trying to, since going through the pandemic and recovering from all the stuff that happened, I've been getting back into incrementally taking more active engagement with as many aspects of that as I can. So here's one that I did recently of to have good management of self, to start off to maximize the amount of cleansing that one does when going through your morning routine and whatnot. So I started doing that, and it does feel centering. It does feel balancing, and it feels almost like I've got a better kind of insulation with just going through and intentionally cleansing the aura and asking God to cement my aura and completely align my chakras and whatnot. So that's what I did.
Cool. I did think of something, because when you started talking about the ringing of the bell in the moisture and putting all those pieces together, creating that routine. Thank you. I was trying to think of habit, routine. What's a nice word? Routine. It reminded me of meditation. One of the things that I've personally been working towards is when after a meal, I'll do like I many times I will get, what's the funny word of it is no, what, anyway, it'll come to mind. I'll want to take a nap, and I'm like, okay, let's do meditation. Well, I'm finding that, and I'm encouraging myself more and more to not be so somnamblistic with meditations, especially guided meditations, that I'm feeling more when you're, yes, there's meditation, but then there's somnambulism, where you're like, okay, I didn't remember anything. Yes, you can still get benefit from it, but I think you'll get more benefit from having that remembering and going through the meditative state. And I'm sure many of you, felt the difference between being fully conscious, being in meditation, and of course not remembering in somnambulism. I'm encouraging myself to stay in that meditative state
Oh, that's
instead
great.
of being somnambulistic. And so one, I have to adjust how I eat, what I eat, so I don't get such a dramatic. Well, anyway, the silly word doesn't come to mind. It'll come to mind later when I'm thinking about something else. Anyway, that's what I've been working on, is trying to keep myself in that meditative state instead of letting myself hit the somnambulism bottom, as it were.
That is a fantastic goal, and it does work. It does work. It just takes diligence, ongoing perseverance to keep at it. Good for you. It's great. I would love to read some comments now from our community, both from Facebook and YouTube. We've got so Yvonne Dillsworth is here. Reverend Yvonne Dillsworth. It's marvelous to see you. I hope that you are doing fantastic. Glad that you're here. Some comments we have. Tangel says, I forgot to mention last week that PBS had Joseph Campbell on the power of myth on. Ooh, that's great. That's
okay, fun.
It reminds me, I just had a crazy dream about that, about Joseph Campbell, and I'm gonna have to think about that. I dreamt that I got plopped into a class as a substitute teacher, and I was given a whole bunch of there was like a whole bunch of kids there in a lit class, and they're just like, what do you mean you don't have our papers graded? I'm just like, I just got plopped here. And so I just started talking about the power of myth and Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, and that is wild that you mentioned that right now, because I literally just had that dream last night.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, interesting. And I was reflecting as I woke up in that kind of middle state. I was reflecting on how it's so beautiful that there's some parts of Gnosticism and knowledge and Joseph Campbell and just all the things that we've enjoyed talking about over the years that just we can instantly fall back on as like touchstones. And the hero's journey is just it's just an incredible touchstone. Oh, interesting.
What's her favorite part of
tell us.
Is it finished? Have you gone through the whole thing, or what's your favorite part of that?
Yes, we'd love to know. Kristen says, aloha, Kat and Tom. I've been study group leader since meeting Sylvia in 1999. Wow. Can't believe it's been a long. That is so cool. Wow. That is so cool. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm so glad that you shared that. Yvonne G says, please pray for me getting hired for a job. I need help. I love you guys. I'll absolutely be glad to pray for you, and I'll be happy to write a petition out as well. Reverend Yvonne Dillsworth says, YouTube is sharing Sylvia's predictions. Good! It's so cool to see her predictions coming around.
Oh, man. Chris's
thousands and millions of them.
Chris's group is posting a whole bunch of a variety of videos from with Sylvia, talking about a variety of topics, and they're taking little short clips of things from different shows. It's been a lot of fun to keep track of those. I've seen them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts.
Very cool. I'm gonna have to go take a look myself. My goodness, that's amazing. Tangel says, thanks for reminding me about the predictions. And she says, I think it was Francine that said that there would be a medical breakthrough with growing teeth by placing an implant into the patient's mouth, and they would just grow another tooth somehow. And it was just printed in a medical journal, I think. It's online if you want to take a look at it. I'm going to go take a look at it. That sounds incredible. Jorge shares, I'm staying optimistic in life. We have to have challenging times in order to experience miracles and beautiful experiences. I'm thankful to God for this community. Pray for everyone's highest good. I'll be happy to pray for everyone's highest good, including yours. I know that you've been going through some stress over the last couple months, and be happy to pray for you as well. Thomas shares, I petitioned Mother Asna for a nanny for my kids, and the very next day I was able to hire a really good one. I was totally shocked. That is so cool. That is
That's
so
cool.
cool. Let us know how your kids are doing too. And Thomas also adds, and asking Chris Dufresne the SOS questions specials has helped me along the way as well. That's great. It's great. Kristen shares on Facebook, every morning before starting my day, I sit out under my pergola and ring my sound bowl and light a candle and do my prayers and 20-minute meditation surrounding me in my home with bright light of the Holy Spirit and asking for protection around me and my family. That is marvelous, and I'm so happy that you shared that. Thank you. It does make such a difference, doesn't it? Aaron asks, Kat, how's Liam doing? I have an amazing update. So little Liam was a dear friend of mine's, her little boy. She gave me an update saying that he just got cleared through the worst of it, and he successfully, the doctors successfully said that he received and took to his bone marrow transplant, and that it was just a harrowing experience for her as a mother, but he is doing really well. And they just got released to the Ronald McDonald House, so they're going to stay there in kind of like a quarantine situation so his immune system can start to build back up. But it looks like he's doing extremely well, and I'm so thankful for everyone's prayers, because I have no doubt in my mind that they absolutely made a difference in his case. So thank you. Thank you all so very much. I'm just deeply, deeply grateful beyond words.
Great. Cool. Thanks for asking, and thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Reverend Yvonne also says, I've been encouraging people to petition Mother Asna or write letters to the universe. Yes! Love letters to the universe. And I love writing out petitions. It just makes, I really feel like they make a huge difference, writing out those important prayers. Michelle shares, I had some great thoughts, but not a single one is coming to mind. Oh, that happens. That happens. It's this morning I'm starting to make notes on each show through the week so I don't forget. Hey, that's great. Whatever works for you. And it's always a learning experience to help us, make contact with the things that we're learning about and experiencing in life. So I'll look forward to what you're going to share in the future.
I was just watching a video short of Chris Dufresne talking about how do you know if the message is psychic, if it's a psychic message. And he was talking about, being calm and, going with that first thing. And many of us tend to, we get the thought, and many of us tend to doubt it. And we'll doubt the message, and thoughts go in different directions, and guess what? Then you forget it. Then you've forgotten the original thought. And I have challenges with that sometimes. And then it's called, you got to write it down, and then let your mind go, and then go back and read it again and say, okay, this was the first thing that came to mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. AC shares that she took the day off today and was able to watch her grandmother's funeral from through a feed, and I am so sorry for your loss. And if you felt moved to share any anecdotes about her or any sort of remembrance, I'd be so touched if you felt okay with it. But please be gentle with yourself, and we'll be happy to say prayers for you and your family. AC shared, she was a wonderful woman, lived to be almost 97, and her birthday is on the 21st on November.
Wow.
21st. Oh, she was just shy. I remember Sylvia mentioning that that people tend like kind of tend to pass away before their birthday, and it's almost like wrapping up and tying a
it's
bow on
like,
it. Like there it
yeah,
is.
it's like within a month of the birthday. Either way.
That's very interesting. Uh, Charlotte on Facebook says, "Praying for everyone. Praying for you too, Charlotte. Thank you so much for your prayers and thoughts." And Ron says, "I've asked my archetypes to protect me throughout my lifetime." Beautiful. Charlotte also adds, "I just found out my kidney is spreading cancer. Will I make it through this? I would love for you to please listen to any of our past talks that we've done on cell memory, and listen to the meditations on cell memory. Tom and I don't do are not able to give psychic predictions, but I would also if you're able to afford it, please consider reaching out to Chris Dufresne, and he'd be happy to talk with you. And but for members of our community have done a lot of work on their health and on having different outcomes than would be expected with health, and one could call that a miracle, one could call that willpower, however is right for whatever works for you to conceptualize it. But if you were asking what I would do as a starting place, knowing what I know now, I would start with reading about cell memory. I would go through Sylvia's Journey of the Souls, topic 3, and I would read that book, which is also included in this one. So a lot of the same material is in this printed book as well. You could reach out to the Novus office and say, "Hey, do you have Journey of Souls topic 3? We can have that. They can have that mailed to you, so you can read it yourself." That's where I would start, and I would never. And I would also another thing that comes to mind that I would say would be extremely important for me if this was a situation that I was in, is I would say from what Francine has told us, Sylvia's spirit guide Francine has said, you trust, have a Western doctor that you trust. Don't throw away one's medicines. If it feels like you do not trust your Western doctor, you find another Western doctor. And then in addition to that, so you're doing the things that you need to do from the doctor's end. And then in addition to that, you're also doing the emotional work and spiritual work of releasing and programming and really, really educating yourself and doing the meditations around cell memory and reprogramming oneself. And so that's the order of operations that she gave us for instruction. So knowing everything that I know now, that's what I would do for myself if it were me. But let us know how you're doing. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please, please, please don't hesitate to ask, and we'll do what we can to help. Tom, do you have any additional thoughts?
No, I think you hit it all, right on.
Okay. Okay, marvelous. And be specific in your prayers too. Say you want angels, archetypes, you want Mother God, you want all of God's energy to attend you, and be very specific. I want every cell that is not supposed to be there. I want it removed, and I want your help with demanding that my immune system and my body activates to completely turn the tide on this affliction 100% completely, so that I am as healthy, just as healthy as can possibly be. So
One of Francine has mentioned, I recall her mentioning that cancer is usually something that it's an emotional manifestation of something you're angry about. The individual is angry at themselves.
like eating oneself up about
Right.
something. Yeah.
So what you and we can ask for is that to help get through this, again, like she was mentioning, do the doctor thing, get through, go work with
That's your
the
doctor. Number
doctors. In addition to that is ask for what's the emotion, or what's the emotional issue that I need to resolve.
God, that's great. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
Ask to have that identified so that you can get through it. Lead you on a path of what is discovery. What is that, and helping you resolve that.
Absolutely. I mean, I had I guess they call it a stage 0 cancer situation. It was like very, very, very recently, and this is the exact order of operations that I did for myself too. I was like, oh, I have been rather eating myself up on a certain couple of topics, and I gave myself time to really talk about that in my own therapy and journaling and prayers and whatnot. And but doctor was first, and then that emotional work was second. So just keep us posted, and miracles happen. Miracles happen. People do have remission in incredible cases, and that's when they completely activate, and so just let yourself breathe that possibility.
Which leads us into special prayers.
Yes.
So let's take a moment of silence, and we're going to ask for Mother God, the archetypes, archangels, even our spirit guides to get involved and help everyone that, wherever we want. We're the ones that have to ask to get that assistance out there. You can ask for yourself, or you can ask for others, or whether, you want to say a country or the whole world, however you want to ask for it. What I do encourage is that you visualize what that outcome is. That and being specific about what is that outcome. If you're in need of money, great. What is it that the money's going to get you? That's what you want to ask for. Resolving medical issues, see yourself healed and healthy. So let's take a moment of silence. We're going to ask for all those entities to get out and get involved, and it's always fun to hear reports of those results. So let's take a moment of silence and get that energy out. Amen. And that includes, if you think of something tomorrow, we're putting that energy out for those kind of things. When you're posting things in the comments, yes, that's public. If you want to post something that's private, you can always go to our website at novus.org and find the prayer chain and post a private prayer there. And again, we include all of the prayer requests when we're doing these, asking for help. Absolutely. Also, be the prayer. If you see a need, fill it. We share, promote, we did all that. I'm not concerned. What's up next? Well, trance segments. Very good. We are ready to hear what we're going to hear.
All right. So we're continuing in the middle of a talk about soulmates from Francine in 1998. And she's going to start by talking about the secret mission that lives in secret in the advanced soul, and how that can impact our ability to feel like we've got reciprocity with our guides or not. Then we're going to hear about planet Nuvo and why People who come from Nuvo tend not to have total reciprocation with their guides. We're going to hear about a lost essence is recollected by the soulmate and kept safe after times where we've been shattered and broken up too much by life. And then we're going to hear about strength in numbers.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, so if I can paraphrase, our genetic spiritual DNA really is the persona. The astrological influences are a temporary, Earth-only kind of scenario.
Yes.
How then would all of our experiences, our behavioral overlays, the pains we've endured, does that have a lasting impact?
When a soul has come down into life, as all of you have as mission life entities, and those are the hardest to track, as I told you, it's like jumping from foxhole to foxhole with your radio being dead. And when Nuvoites come down, they are almost untrackable because they're on missions. And their missions are mission impossible. And with their own set of secret codes, so to speak, by which they are here to influence the dark entities to be gone and turn gray entities white. Now, the reason why the missions are secret, even to us, is because you don't want the enemy to know what you're about.
They're secret to us too? The ones that are...
No. The person that has the mission usually is driven by a force by which they do not know, are caught in the middle of things of which they have no control over, and feel that they've been cut off from home. But that's because you have the greatest faith that you will be guided through it, and you will be. But there is a secrecy band in which we don't want the dark entities to know what's going on. You're in a war zone.
I'm kind of confused.
Are we Nuvoites? Francine replies, yes. If we're from planet Nuvo and we had a secret mission, is that planted in our DNA? Francine replies, from the very beginning. So it's below our conscious and our superconscious level.
Absolutely. It was in your DNA.
So these are the reasons why we go ahead and are compelled towards certain things.
Yes, and you have it's a built-in program.
Thank you, that was...
And it also is probably not that chartable, or not that much help to you, because you're of advanced entity status. Oh, we can keep you from ultimate harm, so to speak. We can feed you as much knowledge as we can, but usually it is blocked from us too. Now, I could not say that to other people. As you well know, you will talk to people who say they have total reciprocation from their guides, and their guides tell them everything. Then that doesn't mean they're of a lower level, but they're certainly not Nuvoites, because a Nuvoite rushes blindly through life, being guided by this package that is inside of them, driven by this package to bring gray into white. And it's a war plan that you don't want the dark entities to know about.
Strayed a bit from my question about how would our persona be affected?
It can be scarred and shattered.
Do shatter. Explain.
When an entity, an advanced entity, a Nuvoite, comes back after a horrendous battle, because with all the strength the Nuvoite has, the planet is probably the most alien place for them to be. In other words, for as dark as this planet is, as light as a Nuvoite is, and you don't put that much light into dark without smashing the light or fragmenting it. Many times we see the fragmentation of a Nuvoite coming back. It's like a gladiator who's been through a ferocious battle. Then we have to cocoon them and hope that their essence does not get smashed, or
that they don't lose some of their essence.
That's the only danger.
What happens if they lose some of their essence?
Takes them a very, very long time to recover.
What happens to the essence that they lost? Does it go somewhere else?
Yes, usually the soulmate can keep it until the person is well enough. It's almost like having a loved one in a coma for a while. And then having to teach them all over again what they have forgotten. Or a stroke person who's had a stroke. No, it's numbed and it's scarred for a while. And Nuvoites, that's the one factor that's hard. With all the power they also have the power to be cracked very badly. And that's what you must guard against, yes.
How can we guard against from being cracked?
There has to be a tremendous coming together of Nuvoites. That's why I think Sylvia was so determined to bring about Novus, because in strength of being together, Nuvoites will band together, and in banding together in a cause, or just even coming to a facility in which they meld together, cements them in this life. They can't be let alone in the darkness too long. They do crack. And that's why it had to be, and I was after her for so long, don't let the people crack by them. In other words, bring them in so they cement together. And you can only do this with other Nuvoites around you. Because you give each other aid and help, and you know you're on your last life, and you have a simpatico, you have an understanding, and no matter how bad things go, you know that each one is there for the other. It's like your rest station, your reviving station. If Nuvoites do not have a place in which they can come and be sheltered with each other, they do crack.
Kind of like your island of sanity.
Oh yes, yes, your island of, oh, there's another one, just like me. And the relief that brings. Yes.
There was a question about our glorified bodies and the shape on the other side.
Well, it's more of a construction of. But it's the same thing as having a glorified body. See, if you were to see your ultimate astral self right now that came out in front of you, you literally would be, everyone would be, I don't care, the most gorgeous male, female, would be horrified at how they look. Because no one ever sees themselves three-dimensionally. And even though, as you look at yourself, you know that you are yourself, as you begin to progress to the other side, or as the more you astrally project, the more you take on the visage of what you would like to look like. Some people choose to be black, Oriental, Indian, Caucasian, and it usually has a tremendous simpatico to a life that they loved very much, that they will adopt that visage of. And that's what astral projectionists have had a lot of trouble with over the years, is the frightening situation of looking at their own body in 3D perspective.
I was writing notes.
It's okay. It's okay.
Which it reminds me, reading through the Journey books and listening to Francine and reading Sylvia's books, my understanding of an analogy of our soul is it's a blob of clay. No texture, no details, and for every life that we come into and experience, we learn likes and dislikes, things that we do, things that we see, interacting with others. We garner likes and dislikes. So you might consider it, that's what we learn about ourselves, learning our likes and dislikes. That's a challenge for me to even conceive of what came first, the chicken or the egg. You got, but it's through our experiences being incarnated, we learn, I think where we learn our likes and dislikes. But that's what molds us. That's what shapes that clay. And in turn, we like to, when we get to the other side, we manifest our likes about ourselves.
That's fascinating. Has Sylvia or Chris or anyone ever told you what you look like on the other side? Because that's what we were talking about at the very end there.
I don't remember. That's a funny that's a fun question. You know, I'll have to let that ponder and see if anybody's mentioned. I mean, the only fun thing that I can relate to is my totem is a giraffe, and I'm 6'5", and people kind of go, "Oh, that's interesting," kind of
Guys,
fun.
Tom is very tall in person. Yeah. He seems tall. He's very tall in person
compared to most people. Yeah. But I honestly don't know what I look like. Don't recall what I look like on the other side.
Yeah, I remember asking Chris because I was super fascinated, and I was also. This was my very first reading, so I was like 20. I was probably 19. I was really, really quite young, and I was having all sorts of an identity crisis. I didn't know if like my soul was fundamentally masculine or fundamentally feminine. I was just, oh gosh, I was really, really struggling. And so I had all these identity questions that I wanted to ask Chris about and see what his take was. And he was very, very insightful and interesting. But he said that I looked like, he said that my soul was female, and that I looked like that I was about 5'3", and Egyptian with very curly hair and kind of like a curvy appearance. And I was like, you know what, that sounds right. As soon as he said it, I was like, you know what, that sounds right. That's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating to me because I've never pondered that question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a mess of identity questions when I was young, because I think that a lot of people relate to that, of just sometimes feeling so alien that you just like, I don't even know what the touchstones are. What are my touchstones of identity? And I just appreciated hearing those clarifications from Chris so much, and I asked about a lot of other things where I was like, I've always felt drawn towards this, and so I was trying to clarify my touchstones in that initial reading, and it's fascinating things. And I said I mentioned I've always been especially drawn towards the kind of like indigenous Native American culture. I'm not related to by blood, and he said that I had one life there, lived to about 19, which he said was like very old given. And he said that I was known for my sewing skills. I was like renowned for my sewing skills. And I did like a slow take at my bookshelf, because at the like where I was sitting, and because I literally had about 6 books on Native American sewing techniques.
Oh,
I am not joking. I am not joking. I was like, okay. I can calm myself down.
You know what's another like connection for that? That age that you had your reading was close to the age of that lifetime.
Yeah.
So I can see the connection of, I have interest in because of the
obsessive, yes.
Yeah, because of the like from that lifetime.
I was
interesting.
Constantly doing like researching crafts and like what are the actual techniques, the actual indigenous techniques, to try to be as respectful as possible, and going to classes with like actual indigenous individuals to just be as respectful as possible. And I was just I was floored. I was so floored when he said that one. But anyway, I was just curious if since we were just hearing about the Altman, which is like another word for soul, about during astral travel, that people like get shocked when they see themselves in 3D. So that's interesting. I'd love to read some comments maybe.
Sure.
All right. Tangela says, I have met you, Tom, and I was awestruck looking up at you. Yes. yes, Tangela. I know exactly what you're talking about. He's got such a wonderful, Tom has such a wonderful presence in person. It's just
Oh, thank
absolutely
you.
wonderful. You really do.
Which it's I'm not sure the lesson behind my being tall. I mean, it's part of this particular generation of family members that has the tall gene in it.
Mm-hmm.
What I find unique is I don't see people in that sense. When I'm looking at somebody, I'm not saying, oh, they're shorter or taller than I am. It's like I'm looking right at them as if I'm at the same level they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget and usually aren't aware that people are influenced by, looking up at me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's interesting. It's very interesting. We've got some questions people wanted to ask about the secret mission and the special mission and being Nuvoite and how do you know if you're Nuvoite. So 2 questions. So we are Nuvoites on a mission life, ? It's a little bit different than a mission life. A mission life is something that anyone can sign up for. You don't have to be from Nuvo. You don't have to be from that main planet of light that we've heard so much about. Anyone can elect to ask God for a mission life. And that is an advancement that's open to anyone as an option. How to know if you're from Nuvo? I mean, chances are if you made it here and you really love this like a whole lot, you're probably from Nuvo is what I would say, but please ask your guide. Just ask your guide and see what comes up and don't be shy. We've heard that people that souls that were created to Nuvo, and because there's souls that were created to Andromeda, there's souls that created there's so many places in the universe that people were created to, but souls that were created to Nuvo do tend to have like grappling with some of these questions just like a little bit more than usual. And some people from Nuvo have never even had an incarnation, which is really interesting. So there can be just a huge realm of curiosity and a huge realm of advancement, like from people who were created to there. So, and that as people become more spiritually advanced, they're able to go to different parts of Nuvo as well, which is really interesting. So I just ask your guide, ask God, meditate on it, and don't be shy about the answer. Don't be shy about the answer. So you can also ask Chris. I asked Chris that one too. I was like, out of curiosity. He's like, oh, yeah. So whatever. Thanks, Chris. he'll tell you exactly what's up. Some other questions. Michelle asks, the reference to the glorified body, is that meaning the astral self or our spirit self? Yeah. And can go by a lot of different names. So yeah, it's your self in spirit form. Yeah. What is the island of sanity I heard her mention? Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to re-listen to it. I am so sorry. I'm gonna have to re-listen to it. I didn't.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
apologize.
didn't catch the. I don't recall the reference.
Mm-hmm. Some folks are sharing some of their orientations on the other side, some of their professions on the other side. We've got someone who works in orientation, another person who's a healer. Really, really interesting. I'm apparently an orientator and an architect. And when Chris said that too, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. Miller's shares, uh, shares, I am Plains Cree Indigenous here in Canada. Marvelous. And I truly study and practice ceremonies and live on a reservation. That said, I was American and Black in my past life. I really wanted to travel south to USA to let my family from that lifetime know I was okay. That's amazing. Crazy. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I felt like I need to go contact my family from that time. And music helped me make peace. And of course, my spirit guide told me that there's no use in that. That's really, really amazing. Yeah, it's so interesting. So my genetics in this, like my physical genetics in this life, is I'm like 30% African American, and the rest like white and whatnot. But my past life, I was a wealthy woman in the American South during the Civil War, and apparently was a slave owner as well. And I just appreciate the karmic balance that happens from the like within the soul that says I need to have a completion of experiences in order to really round that off. And oh my goodness,
See the flip side of.
So then I am very, very aware that I look mostly white, and I really, really work very, very hard on treating understanding privilege as best as I am able to in the moment, and keeping an open mind to being as respectful to people as I possibly can, and being open to listening and yeah, it's fascinating. I'm so moved that you shared that experience, Tamsi. Thank you so much. A couple more comments. Esteban shares, I saw myself on the other side, and I was a bit thin, and I was wearing a gorgeous white flowing artisan shirt. That is so cool. That is so cool. A couple people are saying like, yeah, they've had lots of different lives in different cultures. And Reverend Danny said, I had a life in the Civil War. It's amazing. And Esteban says, side note, we are in our glorified spiritual body on the other side, and our auras emanate a beautiful glowing light of God that words here fail properly to describe. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. But it's not, I'm just going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Any last thoughts from you, Tom, on anything?
No, those were fun.
All right, cool.
Fun, helpful sharing.
All right, I'm just going to look one more time at my notes. Yeah, so we're going to hear more about, okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the notes for the next session. I do want to talk about the soul shattering at some point, and we can do that after we listen to the next segment. So the next segment, we have Soul Shattering Explained, which removes all vestiges of beauty that the soul has fought for. We're going to hear about extra-terrestrials from the Pleiades, Andromeda, and the Crab Nebula. We're going to hear about the lower levels of creation only exist on our planet, which is incredible to me. And we're going to hear about the innocent minds of animals.
Cool. All right. Here we go.
Are there any other questions? Yes.
How much does it take to shatter the soul? I mean, what kinds can you give, for instances, types of confrontations or whatever?
Ripping away every vestige of pride or beauty that the soul has fought for.
You know it when it's going on then.
Soul knows.
In a special case, can you have it broken open and still manage, in that one lifetime, to gather enough strength on your own to rebuild it? Because I believe I had a life that happened in.
Yeah, Sylvia has, you have, yeah. just a giant rip appears, and some way a super glue begins to appear of the strength of the soul to mend it back.
We emerge actually stronger.
Oh yes, it's like a nervous breakdown or a broken limb, it emerges stronger. Every Nuvoite knows what it's like to have a tearing of essence. Seems to come with the territory, unfortunately. And if the Nuvoite doesn't experience it for itself, it usually watches a loved one go through it, which is just as horrendous, worse, far worse. Yes.
Before you had mentioned that the Crab Nebula are still in the
Yes,
area.
in the area.
Now, the mothership is gone. Is that the difference? And the mothership is actually still...
Oh, the mothership is still around. Now we have Pleiades that is getting into the act, so. Yes.
And Andromedans is here also?
Yes. Now the Pleiades, the entities from Pleiades have been touring, which I find to be amazing, the lower vibrational levels.
Lower than us.
The other lower vibrations, the unicorn bands, the Loch Ness bands, the Sasquatch bands, the sprites, yes, all the different vibrations.
You know, you don't talk too much about them. Are they going through some kind of evolvement and or battle, light versus dark, concurrently, or what?
Oh, they all do. But they all give love to the higher level. But they're their own schematic unto themselves. Now, what is strange is this is the only planet that has those also. Other planets do not have 7 lower levels and 7 top levels. They don't know what that is about. I mean, they know of it. They know that it exists, but they don't really know why. And because this planet is so insane, it's got all manner of perversions, let me use that word, and deviations of everything we know to be, I guess you could say, the norm.
Who created those extra levels?
God. Yes.
The divas, the gnomes, and the leprechauns and the like.
Are they aware of us?
Oh, yes.
We are not aware of them. How come we're not allowed to have them known to us?
Same as you're not allowed to have the stratum known to you that you can walk around and see your guide all the time.
Well, then how is it that they are allowed to know about it?
Their life form is simpler. That's why an animal can spot a spirit faster than a human can. If you've ever watched a cat or dog bristle at something in a room, and you have no, because their eyes are unclouded, their simpler life forms will, all right, for instance, an animal or a cat will know a tornado or a earthquake is coming long before an entity knows. The innocence of the level, and those, the same as animals, do not have a level of perfection to go through like the human entity, because the mind is simply sensate. In other words, I'm hungry, I will eat, I need to sleep, I need to procreate, I need to drink water, and I will survive till I die. That's the more sensate. Now, there are higher levels of this 7th level lower forms, and that of course is the sprites. And they do have what we call almost sensate thinking minds, but they don't have pain, remorse, guilt, all the other things. They're good. They're constantly attending to man. It's the same as the divas are constantly attending to man. The lower levels are what we call the nightmare levels, what humans refer to as nightmare levels. They're the thought forms that man has created that reside there. We don't for sure know which came first, whether man created them from his thought forms of drunkenness, drug induction, Because you see, all those horrifying thought forms have to go somewhere. Everything that is thought is created. So maybe it was God's way of putting those into some abeyance. Everything that man can think, he creates.
That's almost horrifying.
Oh, of course it's horrifying. The nice thing about it is the levels don't leak over into each other. But the horror is that man can transfer his thoughts to another one. And many times in sleep state, you will absorb someone else's thought manifestation that will come to you as a nightmare. And it's almost like being psychically attacked within your sleep. They can't hurt you, but I'm sure everyone has had one of those nights where they sit bolt up in bed, sweating profusely, because they've had one of these thought forms that have invaded their sleep state. There again, the simplistic, the innocence of the sleep state gives rise to that.
Is that where children are?
Yes, are more prone to viewing these strange life forms.
We know that psychic attack exists to
On a very real level.
varying levels also. What do you see when somebody's being attacked? What is your visual?
Very, very heavy, thick, green, mungy looking stuff appears around the entity. And we immediately rush in as white cells that attack an infection and try to dispel it.
How can we dispel it?
White light is the strongest. People have pink lights, purple lights, orange lights, but nothing is as strong as the white light. That's why I've always said nothing, when you come right down to the bare bones of it, nothing is stronger than the white light.
But what about the gold that was pulsating that Shirley saw in her after?
Oh, absolutely. But what I'm saying is, immediately when psychic attack comes, the first band of light should be white.
Oh, what she saw and I described to her.
Gold and crystal, of course, is advantageous. But sometimes when you're being attacked by a negativity, a loss of a man in your life that is a trauma, a loss of a loved one, an aloneness, and that instantaneous anxiety hits, the greatest band to put around you immediately to cement your aura to you is mentally think about pulling your aura in and then banding it with white light. Then you can use the gold, the purple, and everything. But white should be close to the body.
In some instances, it's not immediately relieved. Why?
Because the force of darkness is so strong.
Then who do we
And as
call?
a person has been beaten down over a period of time, the aura begins to rub raw.
Then who do we call on for help like this?
Demons are good. Archetypes are even better. God, of course, ultimately. Asna, yes.
You said you see when we're being attacked. Do you see when we're white lighting ourselves? Francine replied, absolutely, dispelling.
Any entity who is being attacked, and you can be attacked by jealousy directed towards you in a job. That's how fragile the atmosphere is to carry this negativity. And because it resides in its own home planet, it travels very quickly.
When you're sitting there now, in Sylvia's body, do you see the same way?
No, because I'm seeing through human eyes. Can I see if you were being attacked? I would be told by your guide you would be. Have you been attacked? Yes.
How long ago?
About a year and a half in your time. You were going through depression and soul searching and feeling of despondence. I'm not ventilating your problem. I'm just telling you this is how it.
Correct. Came through pretty well.
That was the last segment for the series for that particular evening, I was talking about rinsing off, or the munge. Let me know if you've ever been in the shower and let the water wash over your face, and you go, "Oh, it feels like I'm rinsing something off that's, not there." It's like you had something cling into your face, and once you've rinsed and washed, it feels like, "Oh, now I feel like I got rid of something." That's for me, the essence of what the munge feels like. If you've been, attacked by negativity, negative energy clinging on to you. And, being on this planet, I was just reminded of, think of in terms of, there are gorillas sitting in the trees. The analogy is gorillas sitting in the trees waiting to throw the negativity at us as we're walking by.
Yeah.
They're really simple. It's not complicated. Many times they toss a thought in or it gets caught in our head, and we go into the spirals of, oh, but what about this? Oh, I should, the doubts about ourselves. They have watched our aura when they've introduced ideas that we catch on to, the negative ones, and put ourselves in a spiral. They watch our aura to see what effect, they had on us. And we're learning tools to say, oh, no, I don't need to think of that. I don't need to get caught up in those negative ideas. I don't need the negative implants.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing to me what she said there, that it only takes like one person at work being jealous of us, and that can just turn into a psychic attack. That's amazing to me. And it only takes one jealous person, and jealous doesn't even have to come from a dark entity. Jealous, like there's we've heard in the past. Somebody asked, like, what do people on other planets, like, what are their problems? Like, if they don't have our problems, what are their problems? And she's like, oh, the people on other planets definitely have their own problems. Someone might be working through jealousy. Like, jealousy is definitely a thing. And I was like, oh, jealousy. Oh, interesting. So people can have, like, good people can generate this mungy, awful energy as well. And yeah, it's just all the more reason to keep up our tools and go through like cleansing our auras, and the morning prayers that some of our community mentioned earlier today. I'm so sorry. I'm blanking on your name. I'm so embarrassed. But yeah, just all of it together does really help. A couple. Yes, please.
And pointing out about the trances, these segments, it's helping us understand, recuperating from being attacked, being munged, as it were, being hit with negative energy. The helpful tools to just shake all that stuff off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It definitely builds up. So going through the daily routine of cleansing it off, it does make a difference. Otherwise it builds up and you have to do so much scrubbing, and it's exhausting, and so it's easier to have good management of self to go through the blessing of one's aura and protecting one's space and using the tools of protections every day. Absolutely. Couple things I wanted to talk just briefly. I share a thought about this soul shattering, and I thought it was amazing to hear that someone can go through an event where they're so shattered by life that they are leaking essence, but even then it's not permanent, because she described that a soulmate will come and collect whatever essence was leaked into the world or whatnot. Will just collect it and hold it and keep it safe, and then the person has to almost like relearn how to reintegrate that part of themselves. And I was thinking
nervous
about
breakdown.
Yeah, nervous breakdown. And someone mentioned Joan of Arc, and Francine in this said that Sylvia had gone through a soul shattering event in the past. Joan of Arc, we've been told, was a past life of Sylvia's, and in that life, she sounds like she was completely clairaudient, like she was as Sylvia, and sounds like she had quite a warrior spirit of like, no, people are going to act you are going to act right, you're going to act right for God, you're going to act right for God. And to be betrayed so horribly, what we heard about Joan of Arc's life is that she was so broken when she got to the other side that people, they said, sorry, that they said that Francine said, like, we weren't even sure we were going to be able to get her back. She was so broken.
Devastating trauma.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, do I believe in kindness and not being unjust to people and not being cruel to people, even in moments of seeking justice. I just don't believe in it.
I don't want to say unfortunate. It's a reminder of where we are, where we've incarnated, and the purpose behind it. What are the possibilities? What are the extremes? And how negative humans are capable of being.
Yeah. On a practical level, as I was listening to these clips and reflecting on soul-shattering events, and if anyone is sitting there wondering, is like, have I gone through this before? Think of a time where the description was where the event might have removed all, like, something that you worked really hard for and something that your soul fought really hard for, and how that may have left just almost like a feeling of a rip, right? It's like, oh, I had this thing like ripped away from me. It's like often the language that people will use. And it might not be as intense as some of the horrific traumas that some people go through, like Joan of Arc and others, but it still, I think, is an invitation to have compassion for ourselves, have compassion for the very difficult things that people go through and that we have gone through as individuals, and also just to allow for some grace to ourselves, that healing does take time. And sometimes it does take time to kind of reintegrate into softer parts of ourselves that had gotten ripped away or felt like got ripped away. That was the comment that I wanted to share because I think it's so relatable to so many folks.
Some people can break an arm or lose a leg, and it's like, oh, okay, and get up and go. And some people get a paper cut and have a traumatic experience. It's each of us is unique in that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yes.
We are ready. Well, I'm ready for meditation. Are you ready for meditation?
I am indeed. I am indeed.
Let's encourage everyone else to be ready for a meditation. For those of you that want to participate in the meditation, we encourage you to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your palms upward on your lap to receive that wonderful healing energy. For those of you that need to pay attention to what you're doing, don't pay attention to us, but by all means come back and listen to these wonderful meditations in the on-demand. And for the rest of us, are you going to ding that bell for us?
Yes, but I had myself muted.
Oh.
I didn't want to bother you.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I thought it was helpful, a fun share.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's a fun introduction to a meditation. Here we go.
Find a comfortable place to sit with your feet flat on the floor and your palms upward on your lap. Now, take 3 deep breaths to start relaxing the mind and the body. Now close your eyes when you are ready.
Festival of Lights. Become aware that your soul is now stretching, moving, expanding, and majestically magnifying the Lord. It reaches far out into the sky, and you can feel the air rushing by your face. The farther up you go into the ebony sky, the more aware you become of tiny stars all around. As you get closer, you see that they are not stars at all, but beautiful white-robed entities. Archetypes and past loved ones are coming towards you with lighted candles, and you are rushing to meet these hosts of heaven. You see these glorious entities and your guide standing there in gold, white, and purple robes. Their lit candles show their warm, welcoming, smiling faces. As you draw closer, you feel the protection of all the Gnostics and true Christians who have gone before. They pass to you all synergism of love, all loyalty, and everything tried and true. Above this, the Queen of Heaven appears, golden and shining. Her beautiful long hair is a glowing mantle on her head. Her purple cloaks blow in the breeze, and you feel yourself surrounded by the peace and tranquility of God. You offer what is in your heart, your thanksgiving, and even your sorrows. Bring them up, and with a wave of just one candle flame, it all passes. Today's hurts are tomorrow's forgivenesses. They all sink into a deep well, and you feel in your soul and heart and mind that your candle that has been lit by the Trinity. Carry that light out of here and pass it to everyone you meet. Give off the light of love and the richness of your true belief in a loving God and Goddess. Not the feared God, the loving, constant God smiles on all of us tonight.
Now, on the count of 3, come all the way back. 1, 2, 3, fully and totally awake.
Wow. I unmuted you. You sound
Alright.
contemplative.
I'm emotional talking about Joan of Arc for some reason. It just
Wow.
all this, but that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm in a good place. I'm happy to be here.
Well, if you have any questions about what we shared, feel free to post in chat or email us questions to newspirit@novus.org. And of course, we appreciate listeners both live and on demand. Show your appreciation for New Spirit Radio by sharing, liking, and subscribing. Look at our websites, check things out, novus.org, sylviabrowne.com, and chrisrightnow.com. Yes, many of you know that half of you know we're on Facebook, and the other half knows we're on YouTube. Let's see, we've got, and we happen to have comments shared on Discord as well. Church services for Sunday of the month, which I believe I just posted recently. First Sunday of the month, there's 2 events that happen. You can watch Sunday service recordings on Facebook and YouTube with classics by Larry and Sylvia, or you can participate in-person live or a live stream Sunday service from Las Vegas, which is hosted by our Reverend Alan Schloss. To get invited, you can post your email on the website, which you should get an invitation from there. The last Sunday of the month, you can participate in a special Sunday Zoom service, which is also hosted by our Reverend Ellen Schloss. Now it's the time for the novena that I spoke about. It's a special prayer ceremony where we are going to say a phrase. If you're not familiar with it, we're going to say a phrase together 3 times. I'll lead us off to keep us together. And then we'll ask a question afterwards. I'll tell you what question you want to ask. And we're going to do that 3 times. The phrase is, I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. So we'll say that together 3 times. I'll tell you what question to ask. And we're going to do that 3 times. What is this? Why is this? Well, it's, yes, you could think of it as a mantra, but it's also to help remind us that we are a spark of the divine. And it goes with our tenet number 10 that says, let no one convince you that you are less than a God. Do not let fear imprison your spiritual growth. What I encourage you to do is visualize that we're all holding hands together, whether you're out in space in that velvety black darkness or you're in a huge room. We're all in a huge room together, making this huge circle of holding hands, getting that energy to get out into the universe. So visualize, and I'll start us off. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now, ask for things for yourself. Okay, the second one. Here we go. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now ask for things for others. Okay, and the last one. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. I am God. I am part of God. I am God. All things are possible because I am God. Now, picture our light going out like a beacon of light for others seeking this spiritual knowledge. Think of something you appreciate from last week so you can carry that thought through next week to help keep you mentally appreciative, positive, and uplifted. Now, show your appreciation to Francine and Raheem for researching all of this knowledge, Sylvia for coming to this insane asylum of the universe to start this movement, and for showing us how to get some peace of mind and grace while we're here, Asna for helping us and protecting us, and Father God for providing us the most prestigious school for us to experience, learn, and satisfy our unique spark of curiosity. Appreciate Bob Bingold's contributions in the background, and help especially Sammy and Javon for our wonderful theme music, our intro outros. Writing, setup, and hosting is Reverend Catherine Taylor. Editing, technical direction, and hosting is Reverend Tom Bigley. And now, a prayer by Sylvia. And in the meantime, you can start posting in the comments, what did you learn? What did you like? What was your favorite part? How does this make you feel? Are you prepared for next week? Here's a prayer by Sylvia.
May I be a light in this world prayer. Dear Asna, surround me with your golden light and protect me with your sword as you are the companion of God. Surround me with the purple light of Christ, the white light of purity, God consciousness, and the Holy Spirit. Let me feel the expansion of my soul, and regardless of where I come from and what I believe, I make witness to your light. Dear Lord, I make witness to my belief and my continued search for knowledge and truth. Dear God, let me love you enough. Let my love grow every single day and permeate every single cell of my body and soul so that when I walk through darkness, the light falls off of me, springs from me, and touches all who comes near me. All the souls out there who are despairing, let me heal. All the people who are sick, let me minister to them. All the people who feel loveless, let me love. All the people who feel alienated, bring them to me. I ask to be a shepherd. I ask to be a minister to my faith and belief, and more important, my knowledge. As I stand before you, God, I ask to feel our Lord approaching with his arms outstretched, and in front of him is a red ruby-colored rose, which he hands to me. Let me hold it close to my breast and feel the color, the light, the spirit, and the grace that invades every part of me. Let it become so magnificent that it stretches out from my arms and my hands in a healing glory. I ask this, dear God, in the name of the Mother, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And Kat's going to tell us.
We love you so much. Thank you, everybody who was able to make it tonight and everyone listening afterwards. See you next week.
For so long,
take care.
Watch for the comments.
You, as if you were not there. All praise went to the Father. We were so unaware that through the years you've shed your tears for all the pain we bear. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one You've planted every blade of grass, creator of the stars. And when I'm feeling down and out, you mend my broken heart. So now I sing this song of thanks because of who you are. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one above you. Always thinking of you. Bless your name. You are Mother God. You're more than a friend to me. You give me everything I need. In your peace you hold me tight. You are the bringer of the light. With no fear we boldly stand, because you hold this world in your hands. You are the truth, you are the hope and love we never knew. Oh, Asna, how we love you. Place no one above you. Always thinking of you. Bless your name.